First planned to be released in 1999, Avatar has been through a wild journey, much like the one it takes us on in every film, book, and game that this franchise produces. James Cameron and his team spent years making this world from scratch, from writing a 224-page book as a field guide to the film's fantasy world to rendering scenes that took close to 50 hours to bring to life. There's so much for us to explore in this world besides the main characters. We've seen its vibrant, lively world with different species of Na'vi living in various landscapes, but besides them, the world is filled with creatures, both huge and small, friendly and deadly. So today, let's explore the top 10 deadliest creatures on Pandora. Before we get into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to the channel. It's a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Thanator. Let's start with the Thanator, whose name likely originated from the Greek word Thanatos, meaning death, or as the Na'vi call it, Palulukan, meaning dry mouth bringer of fear. It's an apt name for this apex land predator. This powerful and ferocious feral can strike fear into larger and highly dangerous carnivores, including the Na'vi, who are the most skilled and courageous hunters in the wilds. A Thanator is a 20-foot-long and 8-foot-tall feline-like monster with 6 legs and a thin armored tail. It also has 10 sensory quills that flare up from the rear of its skull, possibly when it's trying to locate prey, which it can do up to 13 kilometers away to portray itself as more dangerous, as if it needs the help. Speaking of dangerous, it has a terrifying jaw with teeth as long as 8 inches. Its jaw strike is swift, ripping you apart in seconds, making it the deadliest aspect of this magnificent beast. But that's not all. Its tail can land a fatal blow to its target and is also used to defend itself from other creatures, including other Thanators. The Thanator lives in the jungle, but similar species inhabit subarctic regions as well. They occupy up to 300 square kilometers of territory. The Thanator is a lone hunter, usually active at night unless it gets really angry. The Anurai clan reveres the Thanator and considers it their totem animal. Some Na'vi would even attempt to tame this beast as a rite of passage. We remember the iconic moments in Avatar where Jake Sully, in his Avatar form, was chased in the forest by a herd of these beasts, and towards the end, when a Thanator offered itself to Neytiri as her mount, fight against the evil Colonel Quatrich in his amp suit. With great courage, it destroyed the suit's gun but was sadly stabbed to death by the Colonel, trapping Neytiri under its body. A Thanator is no doubt a ferocious animal with the ability to connect with the Na'vi in times of need, making it one of the strongest creatures to watch out for. Great Leonopteryx. Its scientific name, Leonopteryx rex, comes from the Greek language meaning winged king lion, but we love the Na'vi name, Torak, meaning last shadow, as its shadow would be the last thing its victim sees. It's the apex predator of the sky and prefers to attack from above. Being close to 19 meters long with a staggering wingspan ranging from 25 to 30 meters, close to 100 feet, this humongous beast is red and yellow with black stripes and blue crests and has yellow eyes and black pupils. With its razor-sharp crest, along with its powerful talons and large hooked claws, it can pierce and rip apart anything in its way. Given its size, we might suppose flight would be a problem, but they have a carbon fiber bone structure with flexible membranous wings and twin tails for flight control. They have binocular vision and powerful jaws that can tear a mountain banshee in half. It's a lethal concoction of a flying beast with just one flaw. You can't see directly above them because of their brow ridges. It doesn't need to watch out for attackers, so it's not a big problem. These beasts are difficult to locate. They're usually alone or with a partner since they mate for life, never in a swarm. They've been sighted in the Hallelujah Mountains. The Torak holds a special place in Na'vi culture. They greatly fear and respect this creature. It's vital to the Na'vi's sense of destiny and interconnectedness. In times of despair, it's said a mythical hero who bonds with this creature and leads the Na'vi to hope and victory will be given the title of Torak Mokto, Rider of Last Shadow. Neytiri tells Jake the story of the Torak Mokto, and Jake returns to the Omaticaya clan, bonded to a great Leonopteryx, which he achieved by jumping on the unaware beast from directly above and taming it through Sahelu, or the bonding process. Jake was only the 6th person to accomplish this feat, and after banishing the humans from Pandora, he let the Leonopteryx free into the wild. Akula. Akula, meaning shark in many Slavic languages, resembles the extinct megalodon, largest shark that ever lived on Earth. It has a pointy tail with a dark gray body and a white underside. Believe it or not, this giant beast uses its colors to camouflage in the waters and sneak up on its prey. Equipped with a sharp ridge on its back and a three-part jaw that opens up like a blooming flower, this terrifying creature dominates the reefs of the Eastern Sea. It uses the ambush strategy, preying on Charybdis calves, Ilu skimwings, tulkun, and marine Leonopteryx. The Metkaina clan is fond of this creature and model their knives after its teeth. Tonowari clan wears necklaces made from its teeth. We get a glimpse of this magnificent creature in Avatar: Way of Water when Aonung and his brothers played a prank on Loak and ditched him while fishing. Loak was attacked by an akula, forcing him to hide inside a coral reef while the akula was tearing it apart. As Loak escaped, the akula spotted him but was interrupted by a tulkun, who saved Loak by crushing this beast against the corals and killing it. Storm Glider! The Na'vi call it Slotzial, meaning wide, and this flying creature was first seen in the Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora video. Its wingspan is designed for long gliding flights. With a length averaging about 50 feet and a height of about 11 feet, the enormous size of this creature inhibits its aerial agility, but it can dive to the ground at high speeds. They have a barbed, poisonous tail that can pierce thick armor. They're not very intelligent and vulnerable on the ground, so if they catch a big prey, they have to eat it on the ground itself while fighting off any predators looking to steal the kill. They are solitary creatures and mate for a short period. If you find yourself in the upper plains and being hunted by a pair of these creatures, you'll have to give your all to make it out alive. The Na'vi are not particularly scared of these creatures since the Zeswa clan allows their children to race across open land while flying large kites. Legends say storm gliders swoop down to catch the kites, and sometimes the children flying them. However, this has never really happened. Viper Wolf. Also known as Nantang by the Na'vi, this is a creature resembling a hyena/wolf-like creature with 6 legs, evolved to travel great distances in its search for food. They can reside in the rainforests, savannas, grasslands, and the subarctic grasslands of Pandora. This creature is especially dangerous as it has opposable thumbs in each of its limbs, which allows it to climb trees. With its powerful torso, it can pounce on you from anywhere. Viper wolves move in packs and become a highly coordinated hunting party when necessary. It has chitinous armor around the neck with a snake-like jaw and a paddle-like tail for extra stability. It's approximately 2 meters long and 1 meter tall, which is slightly bigger than a gray wolf. They're nocturnal pack hunters, communicating via facial tics, paw gestures, barks, hyena cackles, and snake-like hissing. They are predominantly black, along with vermilion and iridescent blue. Because of their color and ability to move quietly on the ground or in trees, they can approach their prey within a few meters without being seen. A xenobiologist describes their movement as liquid darkness. They have high mental processing and communication skills combined with powerful depth perception and a sense of smell that rivals that of a Thanator. These are seriously lethal creatures. Although vicious, they are seen to be kind and playful to their kind. Both humans and Na'vi use their ways to repel them. The former use repulsor pods, while the latter use a plant sap that replicates the scent of the slinger. The Na'vi have learned to fight against these predators, yet they respect viper wolves for their intelligence, devotion to the pack, and the family, all of which the Na'vi value highly among themselves as well. We witnessed viper wolves when they attacked Jake Sully in Avatar as he was lost in the jungle during the night. He managed to fend off 2 of them, third pounced on him and pinned him down. Neytiri had to intervene and kill that viper wolf to rescue Jake. She was furious since she believed that viper wolf didn't have to die if Jake had been more careful with his movements. Ikron. Mountain banshees, also known as Ikron, are dragon-like predators of the sky. They reside on various cliffsides of the Hallelujah Mountains. Banshees have bird-like metabolisms that generate excessive heat. To offset this heat, they have complex cooling systems in their bodies. They have 2 primary eyes that can roughly see color in the same spectrum as human eyes, along with 2 smaller secondary eyes which can move independently of the primaries. They can also see in infrared at night, and their secondary eyes are highly sensitive to motion. With such powerful eyes, it's advised not to look into them directly, as they may feel threatened and become aggressive. Unlike many creatures of Pandora, they have 4 limbs which are modified into wings, which would mean they are designed to spend most of their life in flight. That's why Na'vi utilize Ikrons to travel long distances, hunting in the sky or during war. The Na'vi have tamed them for thousands of years. Banshees are social animals and communicate frequently. There are many vocalizations of cries indicating various things, such as defining territories, warning hisses, sharp shrieks for stress or fear, social grooming, and some to even show contempt. They are one of the few dangerous creatures that feed on meat, fish, eggs, as well as fruits, seeds, and nectar. In Na'vi culture, bonding with a banshee is a necessary rite of passage for many clans, including the Omadikaya clan, which we witnessed in Avatar. We saw the strenuous rite of passage where they have to talk, balance, and jump in the mountains to bond with a banshee through a neural interface. The Sahelu. Other clans, such as the Teirangi, Aranhi, and Kukunan, are also known to be skilled Ikran Maktos, riders of the Banshee. Feral Thanator. This is an interesting creature, but it has a sad backstory. The feral Thanators are made through failed RDA experiments on Thanators. They're unstable and have lost their connection to the Awa. They are commonly found in the thorny wilds and the watery lowlands of the Kinglor Forest. These beasts were subjected to traumatic surgeries by the RDA where their neural whips were removed. They have an armored head and jaw, and the upper lips fold back for maximum tooth extension. They have a similar sensory system to a natural Thanator, which are the evolutionary big brothers of the Viper Wolves. The difference between a natural Thanator and a feral Thanator is mainly the erratic behavior due to the surgical removal of their neural parts, especially the neural whips, which denies them the ability to connect with any of their natural surroundings. Cloaked Panther. Vekrang, or Volatilis acinonyx, flying cheetah, is recognizable by its large wing-like membrane that starts at the front legs and extends to the tail. Its muscular body allows it to attain incredibly high speeds, and the membrane allows it to glide for short distances, thus gaining the name flying cheetah. It resides in the western frontier and the upper plains and first appeared in the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora video game. They're close to 10 meters long and roam in packs of up to 5. An encounter with them may be the final encounter for a weak creature. In Na'vi culture, especially the Zeswa clan, there's a legend about a warrior who sewed a cloak of the cloaked panther wings and jumped off of a cliff, hoping to fly like an Ikran, but met his death very soon after. Zeswa parents use this story as a cautionary tale for their younglings. Burrowing Echo Stalker. Mimikyun, or the burrowing echo stalker, gets its name from being a species of echo stalkers that adapted to life in the spires of the clouded forest by being expert diggers. They have a thin, muscular body with large eyes and a small horn on the top of their nose. Notice something? They're practically blind. Therefore, they've developed a highly tuned sense of echolocation. Its large ears detect the slightest sound or movement, while a secondary pair of ears can pinpoint the source of the sound. They hunt in packs in search of other hexapods, six-legged creatures, mere deer, and the like. Older Mimikyuns develop a complex burrow system to protect and raise their young, for which they are extremely protective. Since they use their claws to dig so much, wounds caused by these claws often become infected. They can detect any vibrations in their burrow network and are highly sensitive to odors. In Na'vi culture, the large, extensive ears serve as an inspiration in theater, often depicting the importance of not being deceived by surface appearances and of detecting the true nature of beings. Nalusa. Finally, ending this list is one of the largest creatures on Pandora, stretching 131 feet in length. The Nalusa is a giant living in the coastal regions of the Pandoran oceans. You can catch a glimpse of one leaping out of the near-shore waters. Although it's more similar to Earth's great white shark, unlike the shark, its hunting strategy is to jump out of the water to catch flying animals. Huge and armored, it has 2 sets of humpback whale-like flippers, a set of jaws with sword-like teeth to rip the prey apart, and a long tail ending in flared flukes. Its plated exoskeleton is much like the shell of a turtle. This massive creature can leap out of the water due to Pandora's atmosphere and gravity, as well as its influence on ocean waters. It's unclear how they can sustain their size since they inhabit shallow waters where there's less of everything, and instead catch the flying creatures above the waters. Marvelous verdict! And with that, we've explored the 10 deadliest creatures you'll find on Pandora. Now you know what to do, where to go, and whom to avoid if you ever find yourself stuck on this planet. James Cameron took inspiration from our world and elevated it to make Pandora and all the creatures in it, ranging from Thanators to Ikrans and Akulas. Each creature is unique and has a synergetic relationship with the world around it. Pandora was the first world of its kind in cinema, created at this scale with such incredible detail. We hope you enjoyed taking a deep dive with us into all these creatures as well as the planet itself. Let us know your favorite Pandoran creature in the comments down below, and let us know who you think the mightiest creature on Pandora is. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, but otherwise, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.